The last question in 4E, exercise 4E, that I want to have a look at is question 13. And question 13 tells us that a school canteen has a 10 kilo box of apples delivered each week. As we know, with most fruit, it can vary each week. So the canteen manager has to work out how much each apple cost, so she knows how to put them, what price to put them up for sale. She knows that there are 75 apples in a 10 kilo box. So let's go. In the first week, right, the apples cost $4 per kilo. Okay? The cost of one apple, we've got to calculate the cost of one apple to the nearest 5 cents and clearly show you're working. So what we've got is $4 per kilo. We've got $4 per kilo. And we multiply that by 10 because there are 10 kilos in a box. Therefore, it's $40 for the box. Now we get 75 in each one, so what we've got to do is divide 40 by 75 to work out to the nearest 5 cents how much each apple is. So we can go here, and we've got 40 divided by 75, and we see that it's 53.3. So the nearest would be 55. Let's come back to our page. So that's 0.55. So each apple equals, if you're going to write it officially, it's $0.55 per apple each. There we go. In part B, this week apples cost, the next week the apples cost $5 per kilo. Again, we've got to calculate the cost of one apple to the nearest 5 cents. Let's get rid of these. It doesn't want to get rid of those. Get rid of those. Back to here, we want to move it up. It doesn't want to move up. Why doesn't it want to move up? So we're going to go to part B. Back to my favourite pen there. They're $5 per kilo. And of course, multiplied by 10 is going to be $50. $50, and we're going to follow the same procedure. We'll divide 50 by 75. The apple's going to be a bit dearer. Again, let's go to our calculator, clear that. So we've got 50 divided by 75. So 66.6, the nearest 5 cents will be 65. $0.65. So apple, the next week, cost 65 cents each. Okay, that's 2 done. Let's go and have a look at part C. Write an expression to help the canteen manager calculate the cost of one apple. If the cost in dollars per kilo is represented by X, write your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. That's exactly what we've been doing. So X per kilo, we've got part C. Back to my favourite pen. Per kilo is X. So with the per kilo price, we have multiplied by 10. And then we have divided by 75 because there's 75 apples in each box. In algebra, I said at the start of 4E, we write our algebra terms when we divide them in fractional terms. So that becomes this. 10x divided by 75. And we just reduce it down, we simplify it. We know that 5 goes into this twice, and 5 will go into this 15 times. Therefore, our expression for the cost of apples, the expression will be 2x over 15. We need to just check our answer to make sure that we're right. So let's do that. Let's go to the first week, which was $4. 2 times 4. And that's over 15. And that becomes 8 over 15. And if you want to be accurate, we can go here and we go 8 divided by 15. There it is, 53.3, which we put in as 55 cents per apple. $0.55. So our expression to work it out is correct. 2x over 15. The part D that we want to have a look at, let's go back up and have a look. Calculate the cost per apple for these values of x. Round your answers to the nearest 5 cents. So we're going to go to 6. X equals 6. I'll do the first one, then you can do exactly the same for parts 2, 3 and 4. Using our expression, we're going to substitute the value into it, which is exactly what we've been doing so far up to and including 4E. So we've got here, go back to my favourite pen, we've got x equals 6. X equals 6, substitute that into our 2x over 15. And this is part 1. We've got 2 times 6 over 15. So we have this up. So we have 12 over 15. Oh, everything coming at once. 12 over 15. So let's go back to our trusty little calculator. And we'll clear that. We'll go 12 divided by 15. Equals 80 cents. 0.8 is 80 cents. So let's go back. Therefore, apple equal $0.80 each. What I've done is answer what was asked. Let's go back and have a look at what we've done. So canteen manager is looking at cost of apples. They vary each week. She gets a 10 kilo box which has got 75 in each one, and she needs to be able to work out how much each apple costs. So she needs an expression to do that, and we worked out how much it would cost if it was $4 a kilo in part A. Then we worked out the cost if it was $5 a kilo in part B. And we worked out an expression based on what we did. And we saw that it's a dividing term sum, 2x over 15, because we cancelled down 10x over 75. Then we went to part D. It says if x equals 6, substitute 6 for x into 2x over 15, becomes 2 times 6 is 12 over 15. And then Therefore, apples cost 80 cents each. Now you can go through and do the rest of part D, and if you need to go back, you can pause the video and have a go at it. Good luck with it. I think you'll find all my calculations are correct. Well, I certainly hope they are. Good luck with it.